Let's talk about how to boost your thinking capacity for sales, for marketing, for business, and for life sources. Let's talk about that. Now, have you ever wondered why anytime you seem to have a need for a particular information, it seems to make itself available to you in the same way you wanted it? Let me explain. If you see somebody and you feel you hate this person, everything the person is doing will confirm that you were right, that your feeling of hatred was right. If you perceive a product to be bad, every information you get about the product seems to be bad. If you perceive an information, rather a product, to be good, every single information you get about that product seems to actually confirm that. This is called confirmation bias. Is a fascinating but subtle force that influences every decision you make. Understanding this phenomenon will transform how you think about yourself, about others, about products, about your judgments, about your decision, and above all, about your life. Now, let's explain further. What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias is our brain's tendency to seek, to interpret, to remember, and to confirm information of our pre-existing beliefs or opinions. In other words, it's like wearing a tinted glass, whether blue, black, yellow, every other thing you will see will be through that glass. You only see the world through the color that matches your perspective. So confirmation bias is a psychological phenomenon where individuals favor information that confirms their existing beliefs and seem to ignore, dismiss, or even not recognize at all information to the contrary or information that contradicts those things that they believe. Think about religion. You're going to see that every time they say something about your religion, no matter how positive no matter how negative or bad, you're going to like justify it with a counteracting opinion, thinking that yes, my pastor did this, or my imam did this, or my GO did this, or my sheikh did this, but it's because of this, that, and that. This cognitive shortcut that we call confirmation bias can lead to skewed perceptions. Even in business dealings, it can lead to flawed judgments. It can lead to poor decisions in a lot of things, even in relationships. Yeah. So every time you believe a product is good, what happened? Every information to the contrary, you don't want to listen. Every time you believe a product is bad, every information to the contrary, you don't want to listen. For your political party, for your religion, for the business you do, for the goods, for your country, for everything that you are emotion about, you don't believe the opposite. Have you also noticed that when you are on the other side of a debate, you seem to trivialize or not even recognize the opponent's perspective? Yeah, it happens every time. So, ignoring and overlooking information contradicting what we believe about our religions, about our political views, about our ethnicity, about celebrities or, football clubs we support, they all show confirmation bias. This is not just a peculiarity of humans. It is not just a peculiarity of our nature, is a cognitive shortcut. Our minds are designed to conserve energy. And one way we do that is by not disturbing our brain and not disturbing what we already believe. Because if you want to disbelieve what you believe, what happens? You need a lot of energy to go through that. I don't know if you've read Daniel Kahneman's book called Thinking Fast and Slow. If you haven't, yes, you can just read that. Now, how does confirmation bias manipulate our decisions? Now, here's where it gets tricky. Confirmation bias doesn't just distort how we see the world. It doesn't just distort how we have our relationship. It doesn't just distort how we agree to what we want to buy. It has more and more effect in our daily lives. For instance, in marketing, if a brand you love claims that 9 out of 10 people prefer their products, you don't care how did they arrive at 9 out of 10. You don't want to question that research. There's what we call argumentum ad verecundiam in philosophy, arguing from authority. If they say according to Harvard University, according to Professor so-and-so, according to Dr. so-and-so, according to a research conducted, you don't want to ask those questions. But if you don't like the brand, yeah, you question the research, you question the institution, you question the population. Also in decision making, whether it's in the workplace, in the family, in relationship, or in your political parties, leaders may favor, if they don't take time, they may favor ideas from their circle of friends and psycho-friends and supporters. That is why in our own climate in Africa, every president who enters the seat of presidency, you keep wondering whether he's mad or stupid. Why? The same people that were sycophants to the other president or a new set will start with him and he will fall for it. This is because of confirmation bias. You ignore potentially better suggestions just because they seem to attack you, or they seem to come from your critics, or they seem to come from your, from those you call outsiders. The same in relationship. Confirmation bias can affect how we view others. If you think someone is reliable, you will not notice anything about him that are negative until one day he sweeps you off your feet, take all your money, and scam you. That's when you are going to say, but I saw all the signs. But if the person, you don't like the person, you are very careful. Even if the person is well-meaning, you just don't want. Yeah. That's why you always hear the things like, he used me and dumped me. She used me and dumped me. At the end of every relationship, you hear this. I didn't know he's like this. But you were in that relationship, you were in that business for 3 years. Are you kidding me? Confirmation bias is at work. And that is why in 2025, you need to avoid it. You need to be serious about dealing with that. So what can this teach us about thinking? Remember, I always say that things are good, things are bad. Only thinking make them so. Thinking is one of the most important thing, or most important human activity. So the first lesson we must learn about confirmation bias in relation to thinking is that you must have humility. Realize that your perspective is limited and often biased because of your education, because of your experiences, because of your environment, because of your exposure. Yeah, you're always biased. That is all of us, including my very self. Yeah, so you need to ask yourself, Am I seeking out all the evidences? Am I seeking out all the information? Or I'm just looking at what will support my premeditated and predisposed belief? Am I open to being wrong? You're going to ask this question. So being aware of confirmation bias empowers you to critically, make better and more informed decisions. If you come to this point where you know you can be wrong, so you are actually asking and re-asking your questions, you are going to come to a point where you can use confirmation bias to your advantage. For instance, in decision making, when you are negotiating or you are persuading, you can align your message with the other person's existing beliefs. I'll give you a very simple example. If a customer values eco-friendliness, you need to always emphasize how your product aligns with that particular value. Now, remember, you are not supposed to lie. We are saying the things you can emphasize. Yeah. Now, look at, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to talk from the Bible perspective. In the Bible, Jesus did exactly that. And when he was choosing his disciples, he didn't say, "Come unto me, I will make you international sellers," even though they were already sellers in some ways. But they were only selling, that they are sellers only in relation to fishing. Okay? He didn't tell them, "I will make you kings," because a lot of them were coming from poor background. So he knows that they will not move from just being poor, or probably they were rich, or being middle class, to just being kings. So they would doubt him. Jesus used confirmation bias. What they already knew, he said, "I will make you fishers of men." Why? Because they were already fishermen. So he just rearranged or tried to work around the words they're already familiar with. "I will make you fishers of men." Immediately, they did what? They left what they were doing and they followed him. Why? They found that what he was saying was relatable. The same in marketing and sales. You can use testimonials and success stories that match your audience's desires. If people believe that your service improves productivity, highlight case studies that reinforce this belief. If what they want is they want a service that will help them with their productivity, don't go and tell them about making money. They may be rich already. What they want, something that will align with what they want. Highlight people who value their opinions, or whose opinion they value. For instance, if they are professors, use opinions of professors. If they are fishermen, use opinion of fishermen. If they are politicians, use the opinion of politicians. If they're academics, use opinion of academics, or salesmen, or whatever, as in relation to who and what they value. Okay? Celebrities, their best influencers, the wealthy people they don't argue about, and all those. The same in personal development. Your ability to get yourself developed will depend on how you reprogram your own mind for success. If you don't feed your mind with information that support your growth, if you don't surround yourself with affirmations and people, role models and books that confirm your ability to succeed, you will always fall off, because you're going to see the opposite. So the more you complain, the more you see the things that will make you complain. The more you doubt, the more you see the things that will make you doubt. The more you think there are no opportunities, and you flog your country by saying this country is finished, this country is stupid, this country, the more you will see the things that confirm what you are saying. Yeah. So if you want to see more of opportunities, talk about opportunities, think about it, believe it, and you will see things that will confirm opportunities for you. To that extent, you need to understand the power of what we call reticular activating system. I'm going to take a full episode to talk about it. Now, there are three ways to protect yourself from confirmation bias. That defense is very important if you don't want others to manipulate you with confirmation bias, and if you also want to use it to your advantage when you want to. There are three things you need to think about every time you are making decisions. Number one, always seek diverse perspectives. Why? Because when you have the other side of the perspective, it would have been you have completed the other part of the Lego. You have seen the other part side of the coin. Then it is easier for you to make a better decision. Listen to people who challenge your views. Don't close your mind and just listen to the people who support what you say. That is one of the ways to actually get it sorted. Number two, always play the devil's advocate. Yes. Actively look for evidence that contradicts what you believe or the information you have. Ask the question, what if? Ask the question, what if blah, 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 blah? What if the opposite were true? What will be my response? That way, you are going to open your mind to the other perspective. Remember, the mind is like a bottle. If you close it, nothing goes in. Probably nothing comes out. But if you open it, a lot can go in and come out. And then you're going to be better for that. Number three, how to protect yourself from confirmation bias. Number three is pause before deciding. Take time to evaluate all sides of an argument. Don't just be unnecessarily passionate and dogmatic about your view. Only be true to the truth. Only be fidel to the facts, not just your emotions. Very important to note that confirmation bias is neither good nor bad. It's just a tool. Like any other tool, its value depends on how you use it. How do you want to use it? If you left it unchecked, it can lead to poor decisions. But if you understand how to use it, when you understand how to harness it, it can be a powerful ally, a powerful friend, a powerful tool in achieving success in life, in your marketing, in your business, in your sales, in your campaigns, in your offer, in your negotiations. You can use confirmation bias like Jesus did when he said, "Come, I will make you fishers of men. I will change you from fishermen to fishers of men." Remember, Jesus used this ethically. He didn't lie. When they came, he accomplished what he told them he will do. So don't be a liar. Don't just con people and they fall for you, and then the promises you made, you cannot actually keep to them. So the next time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I thinking critically, or is confirmation bias steering my ship, controlling my mind? Ask that question. Yes. So take control of your mind, one decision at a time, destroying one bias at a time. Remember, as we say in Niger, use your brain before they use them for you. You know the brain can rust, right? Yes, it can. So subscribe to this channel for more brain oil. See you tomorrow. Thank you.